Okay. Now, what has Ethereum been doing lately? Okay. It's kind of been going up and then down, up and then down, up and then down. And it looks sort of like an upward sloping cone, right? It's been traveling like this, okay, for about a couple of months. And there was that one scary drop that we had to live with, okay? But then it's come back and is now over 200. Now, this process of sort of consolidating, or, it's building up steam, it was actually made famous by a guy named Jesse Livermore, who was in a famous trading book called Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, okay? And this guy identified this pattern that Ethereum is now doing. I had a slide to show you, but, trust me. This type of formation, according to Livermore, can basically preempt a parabolic rise. So the way I drew it out was Ethereum is going to start building up steam and start moving in what's called impulsive fashion, meaning it's like up, 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 sit, up, 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 and I don't see any reason why Ethereum, if it continues to hold, say above 190, can't get to 400. Okay. In Bitcoin, all right, we use those colorful diagonal lines that people really like. Okay. And guess what Bitcoin did this week? It broke through, it came back, right? That was my and then it held right on one of those diagonal lines and came back. Okay. In other words, classic bull market price action. Okay. So I also think that we've got creeping into our top 8 on Token Metrics, we've got Zcash. Okay. And I think Zcash is breaking out. Now, why is that important other than it's number 8 on Token Metrics and rising? Because it's Coinbase listed, right? Our audience for the show and for Token Metrics may be international, but I think the American public, especially when you see headlines like, $3 trillion going to get printed for an aid package, it is a question of time, okay, where people start flooding to Coinbase. Because remember, Coinbase has as many accounts as places like Charles Schwab. Huge number of people with accounts. That's big. So I'm kind of looking at Zcash as my meter for, hey, when are Americans going to go, oh, I got to get in on this, right? And then Zcash has that privacy feature. So again, we have all the good signs for a slow, steady buildup that eventually ramps higher, right? So we want it to go to the moon, but we want to get people in one at a time slowly and then have it moon.
No fast moon then.
Well, I mean,
yeah, understandable.
The more steam it builds up, it's like a coil in physics. The more you wind up the spring, okay, the bigger the move when it goes. So I'm all about this, dip buying process where Paul Tudor Jones, Visa, positive news flow is in favor of crypto. Right. Remember 2018, every week there was a new problem. There was a new issue. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Now it seems like there's positive news flow each week.
Yeah. And I think if you add on the pandemic and governments printing money with quantitative easing, that's just kind of adding fuel on the fire, right? Because this is really Bitcoin's defining moment. Bitcoin was designed for this. And it's great to see Bitcoin is now finally performing during this moment of truth. All right, but let us know what you think down in the comments below.